Hello everyone, today we are breaking down Season 1, Episode 1, The End's Beginning of The Witcher. The first thing we see is Geralt fighting a monster, a Kikimora, and he swiftly defeats it. A Kikimora is an insectoid monster that lives underground as well as in swamps. We can see that his eyes are black. This indicates that he is on a potion. Witchers tend to take potions when fighting monsters to increase their already enhanced abilities, such as strength and speed. We then see Geralt riding into town of Blaviken with the corpse of the Kikimora strapped to his horse. He enters a tavern, seeking directions to where the alderman might be, wanting a reward for his hard work. An alderman is an elected official in a town. Geralt is not greeted kindly, though. The tavern grew silent when Geralt entered it. Many of the patrons whispered and stared at the Witcher. When he asked for directions, he was told to leave by the owner saying, "We don't want your kind here, Witcher." Then he was insulted by being called a mutant, and his life was threatened. Witchers are not liked in the world. There's a lot of mistrust and hatred towards them for no reason other than being different. Most of the hatred comes from humans, and common insults for Witchers are being called a monster or mutant. Things would have escalated if it wasn't for this woman here, Renfri. She stepped in before a fight began between Geralt and her men, and apologized to the Witcher. Renfri then ordered a beer for Geralt and herself. The barkeep begrudgingly listened. This shows the power and the reputation that Renfri has. The barkeep didn't even want Geralt in his tavern, and now he's serving the Witcher because of Renfri. The alderman's daughter, Marilica, then arrives to talk to Geralt about the Kikimora. She tells Geralt her father has no need for the monster, but the town wizard, Master Irion, might be willing to pay because he needs carcasses for magical elixirs. In the books, Geralt actually knows the alderman and meets with him directly. I don't understand why they would replace him, most likely to cut some time out of the story to fit it into one episode. Geralt arrives at the tower and finds out that Master Irion has been dead for 200 years, and Master Stregobor has taken his name to honor the fallen wizard. Geralt quickly deduces that the wizard is in hiding. During their conversation, Stregobor mentions how Witchers cannot feel, that they have no emotion. This is widely believed by many. This makes Witchers seem more like monsters, like killing machines that feel nothing for their victims. But throughout the episode, we see Geralt does care, and does try to do the right thing. Stregobor then lets Geralt know that Marilica actually works for him, and Geralt figures something out, saying, "A reclusive sorcerer who uses an alias and hires a young woman to procure a Witcher. You don't want my monster. You want me to kill yours." Stregobor then reveals that the person who is trying to kill him is Renfri. We then head to Sintra, and are introduced to Princess Sorella, also known as Ciri, Queen Calanthe, and King East. This is happening at a different time than Geralt's storyline. Geralt's story is in the first book, The Last Wish, and Ciri's storyline is happening near the end of the second book, Sword of Destiny. Weirdly, they have them in the same episode. It would be a little confusing to novices to this series. We then see the family at a gathering, and we hear that Nilfgaard is invading, and Sintra has to prepare for war. We then return to Geralt and Stregobor. Stregobor explains that Renfri is cursed because she was born under a black sun. He was actually the one who delivered her when he was working under her father, King Freydifolk, making Renfri a princess. Stregobor actually studied other girls who were born under the Black Sun and found internal mutations. It is also said that the girls born under the Black Sun are possessed by demons. Renfri's stepmother told Stregobor that Renfri did cruel things. She tortured a canary, strangled puppies, and gouged out a maid's eye. Stregobor then sent a man to follow Renfri into the woods one day to kill the girl. They found that the man was stabbed in the ear with Renfri's brooch. She was not heard of again till 2 years later, when she was robbing and murdering merchants. They also say that her sword skills now are unmatched by any human, and she is also resistant to magic, so Stregobor cannot deal with her himself. Stregobor tells Geralt to kill Renfri, and he will give him anything. Geralt says he will only kill monsters. Stregobor replies that she is a monster. A Kikimora kills when it's hungry. Renfri kills for pleasure. Stregobor ends with saying killing Renfri is the lesser evil. Geralt then says evil is evil. Lesser, greater, middling, it's all the same. If I have to choose between evil and evil, I'd rather not choose at all. Geralt shows he wants to stay neutral. He wants nothing to do with Stregobor's and Renfri's feud. Geralt returns to the woods, and to his surprise, Renfri meets him there. Renfri tells Geralt of how she used to be a princess and had a great life with a bright future, until Stregobor sent a killer after her. Renfri tells Geralt that the killer raped her, and robbed her, and then let her go. That is why she killed him. Renfri then tells Geralt she will kill anyone who stands in her way of getting revenge on Stregobor for the life he stole from her. But then she asks Geralt to kill Stregobor for her because it would be the lesser evil. Not as many people would have to die. Just one, Stregobor. Geralt tells Renfri that if she gets her revenge on Stregobor, that she is what Stregobor says. She is a monster. Geralt tells her to leave Laviken and start living her life. We return to Queen Calanthe, and she is meeting the Nilfgaardian army in the field. The Nilfgaardian army outnumbers her forces, and she is quickly defeated. Her husband, King East, dies in battle, and she is also wounded during the battle. We then return to Cintra, and Queen Calanthe is dying, and tells Ciri to be strong, that one day she will rule over this land. The Nilfgaards invade the city at this time, but Mousak, a wizard, is able to hold them off from getting into the castle for as long as he can hold the spell he had just casted. We then see Geralt in the woods, talking to his horse Roach about him killing his first monster. The monster was actually a man who was trying to rape a young girl. After Geralt killed the man, he turned to the girl. She took one look at him and screamed. She was frightened of his appearance. This really shows how lonely a Witcher's life is. People are scared of them because they really don't understand them. They think they are monsters, and Geralt, talking to his horse, amplifies the fact of loneliness, having no companions to speak to except for his horse. Renfri finds Geralt again in the woods. Renfri tells Geralt she has made her choice. She will leave Blaviken. She then says it has been a very long time since somebody has really seen me for me, and the two then have sex. We return to Cintra, where Mousak's spell has been broken and the Nilfgaard army has entered the castle. Queen Calanthe has decided to concede. She and Mousak have a plan in place to save Ciri, though. We then see the inner power that Ciri possesses. She screams and shakes the table in front of her. Her grandmother then says go. The world depends on it, meaning that Ciri is far more important to the grand scheme of things. Why is she important, though? We'll find out in later seasons. They have a tearful goodbye, and Queen Calanthe tells Ciri to find Geralt of Rivia, for he is your destiny. The later episodes explain why Ciri and Geralt are connected, and we will go over it then. Once Ciri leaves, she tells Mousak that Ciri is the reason why Nilfgaard attacked, and that they are coming for her, most likely because of the power she possesses. We then see that they are giving poison to the occupants of the castle. As Queen Calanthe said earlier, Nilfgaard takes no prisoners. So guests at the banquet earlier in the episode are committing suicide rather than dying a painful death. Why you wouldn't at least try to escape? I don't know. I know their chances would be pretty low, but I would say it would be better than just giving up like that. We then see Queen Calanthe look over her city. It's burning, and there's death all around. She then steps out the window and dies. Ciri gets captured almost immediately when trying to escape. The man in black, or in the books, they call him the man with the winged helmet, captures her and takes her out of Cintra. In a lot of ways, he actually helped her. He was a Nilfgaardian soldier, so he wasn't attacked by them, and she got out of the burning city alive, so it's pretty good. Clearly, he was supposed to capture her because he didn't harm her at all. Ciri was able to escape by using her hidden power in the form of a deafening scream, causing the man with the winged helmet to fall off his horse, and then she continued to bewilder him with said scream. The scream was so powerful it caused a large stone pillar to fall, and the ground began to crack, and an abyss formed between the two, allowing Ciri enough time to escape into the woods. Geralt then has a dream about Renfri, telling him he has to choose between the lesser evil, that he will be covered in blood at the market, and his reward will be a stoning. She also mentions how a girl in the woods is his destiny. She's foreshadowing that Ciri will be his destiny. Geralt throughout the story does not believe in destiny, that there is no set path for anyone. The only thing that is guaranteed in life is death. Geralt will try to outrun destiny, but it is inescapable. Renfri also says that Geralt will never know if he made the right choice or not. Geralt doesn't really know who to believe at this point, Stregobor or Renfri. Is Renfri truly innocent and her stepmother just wanted her gone? Or is she what Stregobor says she is? A monster. Geralt awakes and immediately heads to the market where Dream Renfri said she would be. Geralt meets Renfri's men and they tell him that Renfri is at Stregobor's tower with Marilica, and that Geralt will have to choose the lesser evil. So he can either leave Blaviken and let Renfri get her revenge, but in the process letting innocent people die, or stop Renfri. Geralt chooses the White Knight route and tries to save the town. Geralt takes out Renfri's gang and then sees Renfri. She has Marilica as a hostage and says she will kill everyone in this town until Stregobor leaves his tower. Geralt gives her multiple opportunities during their fight to stop and leave Blaviken, but she refuses to surrender, and Geralt is forced to kill her. Stregobor leaves his tower and finds the body of Renfri. He instantly wants to do an autopsy on it to know about the mutation. Geralt threatens him not to touch her. By then the crowd starts to form, and Stregobor turns on Geralt, making him look like the bad guy. The crowd begins to throw stones in Geralt, and then Marilica comes over to Geralt and tells him to leave Blaviken and never come back. You can see the hurt on Geralt's face when she says this. He saves the town from being slaughtered, and yet he's made out to be the bad guy, the monster. It is very reminiscent of the story he told to Roach earlier in the episode. This also shows that Geralt can feel emotions. The look on the Witcher's face shows how much he cared. Marilica knows the truth, and she treats him like a monster anyways. It's a very hard pill for Geralt to swallow. And as Renfri said in his dream, and as Stregobor said at the end of the episode, Geralt will never know if he made the right choice or not, and he will have to live with that for the rest of his days. What do you guys think of the first episode of The Witcher? Leave it down in the comments below, and if you want more Witcher content, please subscribe and follow the Twitter. Link is in the description below, and as always, have an awesome day.